Okay, so before I get in on planting the new seeds, which I was going to do yesterday but didn't, I figured I'd give an update on what I've already planted and how they're doing. So these are going to be tall zinnias, a flower. I had them planted in this pot last year as well. Figured I'd go ahead and do the same thing. They're pretty plants. These are Sweet William, and I actually planted this one from seed last year. I had bought some last year, bought some plants. I didn't realize it was the same plant, and I also didn't realize that they flower on their second year. So, kind of babied this one through winter. Nick has one outside that actually is doing, I'd say, just about as well. I mean, this one's inside now, and I've been putting that light on it. So, I mean, it's got a little bit of a head start, but you can see it should be flowering here soon. I've got sage. Everything's gonna look kind of sad, but that is from last year besides that plant. So this sage was in the garage all winter. I tried to water it every once in a while, but I'm not great about remembering that with like house type plants. So trying to get a zoom in. There you go. You can see kind of there's a couple little leaves. Just pruned them back today. These and these pots here were my lavender, so that one kind of still has some green on it. I cut them back. Same with this pot. So all of those there were lavender. Hopefully I cut them back. I brought them in to try and, you know, simulate spring. They've been in garage all winter, so they kind of got a quote-unquote winter of their own, just a little bit more mild being in the garage. This was thyme, which it's hard to tell. There we go. You can kind of see a little bit of green on the bottom. I added a little bit of dirt around it, so it's not the best, but yeah, I cut that back and added a little bit of dirt and gave it some water. Figured it was time to move it in. I have some moss rose started, portulaca, I think is how you say it. I'm probably butchering the name, but something like that. I have some snapdragons planted in these pots. Last year they were really, really late coming up. They really need an early start. And they're not crazy about the heat, I guess. So, I don't know, we'll see. Figured I'd get them started a little earlier this year. And everything else you can pretty much read for yourself. I got kohlrabi. Nothing has come up in the Hungarian wax peppers. I'm thinking those seeds may have been a dud. I think the peppers usually take a little bit longer, so I'll probably give it about another week. If I don't see anything at that point, I'll plant something else in there. Some cucumber, which there was one that started growing and then stopped. They were old seeds, so I've got one in there that looks like it might make it. Butter crunch lettuce. Nothing in the acorn squash so far, but I did get new seeds for that. Eggplant, nothing yet. Zucchini, nothing yet. Cabbage, I got a couple of sprouts there. Nothing in the butternut squash and nothing in the yellow straight neck squash. I do have one little artichoke coming up, which actually I had one last year that I put the pot with the plant in the garage, but it definitely didn't make it through winter, but I'm going to cut it back and bring it in. Same thing, I just haven't quite done it yet. I'm going to see if maybe it comes back. Kind of sounded online like it might, so we'll see. I've got some corn, so those little things poking through the dirt there. Corn. Nothing for cantaloupe, but I'm pretty sure the seeds didn't come up last year either, and I think I just forgot to throw them out. Dill and cilantro, yum. Sunflowers, yay. The nasturtiums, which are amazing. I would highly recommend. And let me see if I can get myself in here. Okay, so I got some mustard, some more thyme, but actually from seeds, and then I'm not sure if that's sage coming up on the side or if some of the thyme seeds just got over the sage area. So I mean, regardless, I have that plant I had showed, that's the sage plant. So I mean, I've got some that I left outside as well. It may end up coming back. It's my understanding that sage is a little bit better before it gets hardy, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm not too picky. There's collards, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, nothing in the pumpkins or the watermelons, and then got some cucumbers coming up as well. All of the squash and watermelon and pumpkins I did buy myself a birthday present of seeds, so I'm going to be planting those tonight. Like I said, I was planning on doing it yesterday, but didn't. Okay, so got some more Sweet William. So those I'll have to put somewhere, plant them somewhere for them to come back next year and flower. And got some morning glories. And then all of these here, so okay, these 2 rows here that I'm like kind of going over, that is all from a bean soup mix. So last year I had kind of done the same thing where I grew it, but I wasn't very well organized last year. I kind of was trying to keep things alive very frantically before my garden bed got fully made. So yeah, hopefully this year I'll actually have it organized and know where everything is, and maybe I can even dry out some of my own beans, or at least have an idea of what kind of beans they are. And then I got peas, a couple different kinds. I got the sugar snap peas, sugar snap, Alaska peas, little marble peas, oops. There we go, little marble peas. Got some other kinds of beans as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be all beaned up. Let's see. Yeah, all different kinds of beans here. I got the small marigolds. I don't have a whole lot coming up of them, so I think I'm gonna get another batch going along with everything else tonight. I'm not sure if it's just the particular flower head that I used wasn't very viable or what the deal is, but small marigolds definitely not as much coming up as the large marigolds, which I don't usually use as much of. If anyone needs marigolds, I've got a ton of marigold seeds, so just let me know. And so let's see. I think that's about it. Yep. Pretty cool. Like I said, gonna get some more stuff going tonight. I've got some little cups. Some of the stuff that's doing real good, like the mustard and like the collards, I'm gonna take and probably split them up, maybe even the dill, before the roots get too entangled. I'm gonna split them up and get them put into their own little containers, and hopefully the weather will stop looking like that outside, and hopefully it can actually be spring sometime soon so that they can go outside, and I'm sure they'd be a lot happier with that rather than this setup. Thank you for watching.